Hello Philippines and hello world. Welcome to our special report, the STS broadcast.
A warm welcome to all our viewers. Today we'll take you back to one of the most fascinating time in history, the medieval period.
Now, when we think of the Middle Ages, we often picture knights in shining armor, towering castles, and epic battles.
But beyond the battles and kingdoms, this was also a time of progress, where science, technology, and society work hand in hand to shape the future.
Medicine began to advance, great universities were established, and powerful inventions of war forever changed the course of history.
And today, we'll uncover these remarkable discoveries together.
So stay tuned as we journey into the world of the medieval period.
The medieval period, also known as the Middle Ages, lasted from the 5th to 15th century, beginning after the fall of the Roman Empire. It was a time marked by great change, where Europe transitioned from ancient traditions to the beginning of the modern world. Society was built around kingdoms and a feudal system, with kings, nobles, knights, and peasants each playing their part. The church held tremendous influence, guiding not only religion, but also education, culture, and politics.
Yet, beyond wars and struggles, the Middle Ages was also a period of progress. University rose, medicine advanced, magnificent cathedrals were built, and warfare was transformed by powerful new inventions.
So let's explore for us to gain a deeper understanding of the medieval period. To start, let's turn over to Laura.
Thank you for that update, Carl. In the medieval world, the first medical schools and universities were established, making medicine more organized and scholarly. They combined knowledge from Greek, Roman, and Arabic traditions. Important developments included the preservation of medical books, improved surgical tools, the invention of eyeglasses, and the growth of hospitals linked to medical training. In order for us to understand the inventions in medical schools and universities, let's have an interview with our guest, Dr. Gutana, who's known about the history of the medieval era. Ms. Gutana, can you tell us how medical schools started in the medieval era and what knowledge they use in teaching?
Medical schools began around the 12th century, like the one in Salerno, Italy. Instead of learning through practice, students studied in a more formal way. They used knowledge from the Greeks and Romans, and also from Arabic scholars. Many important books were translated so that European doctors could learn more advanced ideas.
What were the important inventions during that time? And how did they help doctors and students?
Inventions were surgical instruments, eyeglasses, and medical books. Tools made treatment more effective. Eyeglasses helped scholars continue their studies, and books spread knowledge to more people. Hospitals also became linked with universities, giving doctors both practice and training. These developments laid the foundation for modern medicine.
Thank you very much, Ms. Gutana, for sharing your insights with us today. We truly appreciate your time and expertise. That's all for me, anchors. Thank you very much. This has been Laura Bell reporting on the early foundations of medical education during the medieval era. Back to you, Carl.
Thank you, Larabelle, for that insightful report. Indeed, the medieval era laid a strong groundwork for the advancement of medicine.
And speaking of advancement, our next story highlights the remarkable medical inventions and discoveries that emerged during this time. From surgical tools to anesthesia and pharmacology, these developments transformed the practice of medicine and saved countless lives.
For more on this, let us turn over to Junior, who will share with us the details of these important milestones in medicine history.
Thank you, Japet. During the medieval period, medicine entered a phase of significant transformation. Among the most notable developments were advancements in surgical tools, the use of anesthesia, and the early foundation of pharmacology. Medical soldiers began improving and standardizing instruments such as forceps and cauterizing irons, which made the surgical procedures more precise despite the limited knowledge of infection control at the time. To ease pain during operations, substances like opium, mandrake, and henbane were used as primitive forms of anesthesia, helping patients endure difficult procedures. Pharmacology also advanced with physicians and apothecaries preparing herbal remedies, tinctures, and medicinal compounds. These practices combine knowledge from Greek, Roman, and Arabic medical traditions, laying the groundwork for more systematic drug development in later centuries. These inventions and discoveries were far from perfectly by modern standards, but they mark essential steps towards the progress of medicine as we know it today. This has been Junior B. Kerpu, reporting on the remarkable medical milestones of medical era. Back to you, Japet.
Thank you, Junior, for that comprehensive report on medical inventions and discoveries of the medieval era.
Indeed, those developments in surgical tools, anesthesia, and pharmacologies were remarkable milestones that shaped the course of medical history.
And to give us more fascinating insights about the medieval period, let us now turn over to Kuya Lim for today's trivia.
Maraming salamat po, Japet at Carl. Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Narito naman ako upang magbahagi ng isang kaalaman tungkol sa medisina noong medieval era. At alam niyo rin ba, surgeons already had scalpels and forceps while natural plants like mandrake and opium were used as early anesthesia. Bagamat limitado ang kaalaman at kagamitan noon, the curiosity and the determination of the people in the medieval era laid the foundation of modern medicine we rely on today. At iyan ang ating kaalaman dahil ang taong may alam ay isang taong handa. Ito po si Kuya Lim na naniwala sa kasabihang ang buhay ay weather lang. Back to you, Mark and Carl.
When we think of the medieval period, we often imagine knights, castles, and sword fights. But beyond that, this era also gave birth to some of the most important inventions in warfare.
That's right. Battles during the Middle Ages were transformed by new weapons and defenses that changed how wars were fought and how soldiers survived. Among the most remarkable are the crossbow, gunpowder, trebuchet, and plate armor.
To give us a closer look at how these inventions shaped medieval battles, let's turn over to Lanes, who has more on this story.
Thank you, anchors. Now we will have an interview with Sir Ken, who has knowledge about the important inventions in medieval warfare. Let's hear it from him. So now we're here with Sir Ken. Sir, can you tell us about one of the famous weapons during the Middle Ages, which is the crossbow?
Yes, the crossbow was very powerful. You know what? Unlike the ordinary bow, it could shoot arrows that pierce through a knight's armor. And you know what? Soldiers didn't need years of training to use it. It made it very popular in all battles during that time.
And what about gunpowder? How did it change warfare?
Gunpowder brought cannons to Europe. With cannons, armies could destroy castles, walls that once seemed impossible to break. It really changed the ways war were fought.
I see. Now, I've also heard about the trebuchet. What was it used for?
Trebuchet was like a giant slingshot. It could throw very heavy stones or even fireballs over long distances, damaging castles and scaring enemies. And you know what? It was one of the most feared siege weapons.
And lastly, how did soldiers protect themselves from all these powerful weapons?
That's where plate armor came in. Knights were full metal suits that covered their whole body. It gave them strong protection in battle. Although it was heavy to wear, still it showed how people were always finding ways to defend themselves.
There you have it, the crossbow, gunpowder, trebuchet, and plate armor. 4 major inventions that changed medieval warfare. This has been Lane's reporting. Back to you, Anchors.
Thank you, Lanes, for that informative report.
Exactly, Jabet. Those inventions remind us how creativity and technology shape not just our daily life, but also the battlefield in the medieval period.
And that concludes our special coverage on the fascinating medieval times, an era that shaped medical inventions like medicine and warfare inventions such as gunpowder and crossbows in ways that we still feel today.
From the rise of universities, the development of hospitals, and even the humble invention of warfare inventions, our journey back time reminds us how knowledge and innovation continue to light the way forward.
On behalf of our team,
Thank you for joining us in exploring the wonders of medieval period.
this has been your STS reporter Mark Japet Benitez.
And Carl Julby Soriano.
Until next time, Caritas Christi or Jet Nos.